turn it up. We never turn it down. Universal sound. When we move the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, not the way. Stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools. Had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore, from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumentals. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together. Now we one time.
So let the rhythm hit 'em, just let the rhythm hit 'em. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Now turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They'll start the drive with Harris. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. This defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. This is Harris on the draw. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The Falcons send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Taking it about the 16. A nice return that time. Gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
Come on, set! Hey, hold here! Right, 60! On the ball! Hut!
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Ultra! 52 blaster! Ready?
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Ready.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. Gets this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet?
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Lance looking to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Watson off play action. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Here's Pollard again. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The Packers coming in looking for win number 6 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chase Young make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Catch is made by Hardman. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You see they had the free play.
Yeah.
Right, already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. On second down, it's Pollard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. The defenders certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
On second and goal, Lance. Caught on the slant, and it's a Packers touchdown. Isaiah Likely, his second touchdown on the season, and the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good, and the lead is now 2. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to...
He's got a man complete. A big connection on that one. 44 yards. Through one quarter, 9-7 our score. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. They run again with Harris. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Watson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Rohrwasser's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, But you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run left with Pollard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
17.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Scott to return it. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Rohrwasser's kick is good, and the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Ready. Drill 3. Field blue. Flag blue.
Lance now on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And Lance going to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return is Scott. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance throwing out left and finding Likely. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Lance now on 1st down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Lance. Touchdown! Isaiah Likely in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield, so a solid return to the 50.
after return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now on defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Watson's throw pulled in by Aguilar. He'll get it inside the 20, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grabbed the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission.
I would love to go into the locker room with them because right now they're riding a nice wave, aren't they? They're feeling good about themselves. But I know the coach is going to be talking to them about calming down, taking it easy. We've got a whole second half, but use the way we finished the first one to start the second.
So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. On the move to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Micah Parsons buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing third down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be fourth down. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this will stay a 4-point game. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 66 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Here's Lance to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The kick by Bass is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This taken in at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost. So.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Buying time to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A great return there of 22 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Going to run again here with Pollard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Ready, set.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close.
Here we go.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Now a give here to Pollard. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game. And while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Throwing now is Lance. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. The kick by Bass is good, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And into the end zone, it's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick-6 on the other side, and now they get a pick-6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick-6 from earlier in this game?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick-6. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Tyson Campbell up to make the stop. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Tony Pollard with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 51 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Falcons take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Point after, right down the middle, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Pulls it in at the 13th. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Okay, ready?
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And that decision's only going to wind up costing him a yard or 2 as he's tackled just shy of the 20. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. Watson now to throw. Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Packers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 141 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. First down, and it's Pollard again. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Run for Pollard. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20. Touchdown, Packers. Tony Pollard with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Packers use the big play to extend their fourth-quarter lead. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
To throw, Watson. He's going to let it fly. He's got him in, complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Extra point splits the uprights as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Here we go.
Now Pollard. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They go back to Pollard on second down. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. On third down, it's Pollard. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Make major moves, still the same ones that I came with. Up in a payment, 20 me nothing to play with. Guess some things unchangeable. Me and my thirst insatiable. Till we all big time. Face on my rollie on big time. Face on my goals, that's a big climb. Still my flow is unshakable. Run it up, I cannot quit it. I need it, I ain't where I wanna be. I can admit it. Never submitting, I'm fighting my darkest of thoughts. I am a force. I harbor the light that's inside of my heart. I write in my art and give you my story. You are the witness. I came on a mission to give you my pain and give you my glory.
I need somebody to hold me. Some done woke up in me. I've been going crazy. I've been doing my thing. They not ready for me. Y'all been playing with me. No time for the silly games. Damn, it really must be so intimidating. But I gotta be great. That's the God up in me. Whoa, yeah. Hold me. They cannot hold me. Yeah. Slowly. Ain't no more taking it slowly. Yeah. Holy. You're dealing with something that's holy. Yeah. Hold me. I need somebody to hold me. I'm still cooking out the basement. And this game needs some saving. And I'm ready for the action. Cause I'm tired of the acting. What happened to being great? What happened to being fashionably late? What happened to rocking shows? What happened to spinning flows? Been weighing the cons and the pros. Feel like I'm the only pro. If we gon' go, then go. We can take it toe to toe. I've been doing everything you've been doing, but I'm really doing more. I'm about to explode. You gon' need someone to hold me. They cannot hold me. Yeah. Slowly. Ain't no more taking it slowly. Yeah. Holy. You're dealing with something that's holy. Yeah. Hold me. I need somebody to hold me. Nothing's for certain, but this I know. Life is but moments that come and go. Tomorrow may never come, but the memories live on. Be strong, don't cry when I'm gone. This life is a path to infinity.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo poor, so photogenic. All my life I've been a go getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Top floor, top dog, like I just signed a TDE. Gang. Know we all gotta eat. Up late, bills due, rent due. I ain't been asleep. Looking in the mirror, all I see is everything that I wanted to be. My city depended on me. That's on G.O.D. Grew up watching my mom become what daddy couldn't be. I ball like MLB. These Bottega boots ain't cheap. My car ain't got no key. I push the start to start my week. I'm in this photo poor, so photogenic. All I